Hello everyone, and welcome to this game without sound? Hang on, did I mess that up? Did I... Where's my sound? Seriously, where's my sound? Oh, I see the problem. There we go. There we go, there's my sound. So usually I manually turn on the sound right as the intro of the stream ends. The sound of the game, otherwise it would play during the intro. And I tried to do it this time, but I clicked on the wrong button, I had some settings wrong, and I didn't get any sound. But now we're here. We're good. We're good, we're good. Welcome everyone. How are you doing? In this beautiful Pentecost weekend. I believe it's Pentecost in English. I don't believe English people or non-Dutch people really celebrate it. But tomorrow is a bank holiday in the Netherlands. Not that I'm gonna take a holiday, I'm gonna work. There's not really much difference between a Pentecost Monday and a normal Monday for me. But still, why do we celebrate Pentecost for 2 days? I have no idea. Like, when I grew up, I always knew it like Pentecost well, first you had Ascension, which is like a week and a half before Pentecost. And that's like when Jesus went to heaven again. And then Pentecost is, I have no idea. I learned it at some point. I didn't care. I was just happy to get a few days off. The problem is that we have a day off. Well, we first have Easter. Then we have, which, you know, is the end of March, start of April, half April, something like that. Then we have King's Day or Queen's Day, which is on the 27th of April. And before that, it was the 31st of April. So, end of April. Then a few weeks later, we have Ascension. Then a week later, we have Pentecost. And then we have like months of nothing. I mean, summer holiday for all the school kids. But between summer holiday and Christmas, there are 0 bank holidays in the Netherlands. They're all around... They're all, you know, around either Christmas or around April, May. And June, I suppose. It's June already. Isn't the year going by really quickly? Like, damn, it's... We're already 5 months in. Well, more than 5 months. It's crazy. Now, first we have Carnival. No, we don't. Only you southern people do. Up in the north, we don't do that silly stuff. We're not halfway there yet. June is the 6th month, but we have to complete it before we're halfway there. Honestly, I don't even know what Carnival is for. I know it's a celebration and you dress up and stuff. That's all I know, and I know I hate the music. I mean, dressing up is great if you're into that, but yeah, we never had that here. As I get older, every year is shorter. Yes, it is. Especially these COVID years have been short. It's a celebration before Vasten starts until Easting, as a fasting. But you don't actually fast, right? Because do people actually fast? They just ditch the annoying bit. That's like if Muslims would start ditching the Ramadan and only do... what's in English? Well, in Dutch we call it sugar fast. What's that guest doing up? Hang on. Hang on, wait a minute. There was in Lightning Peaks, just the previous slide, there was like a guest somewhere where there should not have been a guest. Hang on, what if we open Lightning Peaks? It was like right here. Oh, I need to go back to OpenGL. I'm in software because I have been playing version 0.2.1 for a bit. There was a guest right here in the screen. Was it a bug? Like, it was like this kind of white shirt. Hey, thank you for the prime sub, Cornish beer. Can we get it again? Hang on, if I quit to menu. It should get by again, the same screen. Maybe it was a bug, a rendering bug. We'll see if it comes by again. Sugarfest sounds like a fun festival. Yeah, it's whatever they do right after Ramadan, where they eat a lot and stuff. I don't know what it's called in English, but in Dutch it translates to Sugarfest. The menu clips are not randomized. This is the Roller Coaster Tycoon menu, actually. Title screen. You also have on the Roller Coaster Tycoon title screen, which is also not randomized, and an Open RCT2 title screen, which is... Well, there have been several of those, but they're also not randomized. Ait al-Fitr is the official name. Okay, yes, I know al is like the, or something like that in Arabic. Ait al-Fitr is probably feast. And what Ait, probably horribly mispronounced anyway, is, I don't know. Yeah, there was a guy up there. Let's see if he's there again. It will take a while, because it's roughly going chronologically through all the scenarios. So it's gonna take a while until we get there. Because it was Lightning Peaks, which is near the end. There we go, this is Poke Park. Well, Don Zia saw it, Slijn, so you should be able to see it as well. But we'll wait. Whitewater Park. Do we just get 1 from every scenario now? We started with like 3 from Dynamite Dunes, or Diamond Heights. We did not get Evergreen Gardens and Bumbly Beach, because those don't really have a lot as well. Evergreen Gardens doesn't have anything. Let's see, this is Whitewater Park. Millennium Mines, we should probably get Cars and Coasters after this. This is quite interesting actually, because I've never analyzed the title screen like this. Yeah, there's Cars and Coasters. And then we should get Mel's World. Thank you for the 8 months, Glad Boy. Then... no, this is Cars and Coasters again. Well, we'll obviously skip Mystic Mountain, because there's nothing there. Just like Pacific Pyramids. This is once again Cars and Coasters. I mean, I don't think this is that interesting of a video. Oh, thank you for the 5 gifted subs, Slime. I do appreciate that. Yes, you can make your own title screen, but I've never bothered. At some point I just put the Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 title screen in there, and I'm like, yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, this is once again, we have a lot from Mel's World. This title screen is longer than I remember. Oh, by the way, I can actually... we have a while until we get Lightning Peaks, probably. Yeah, this is Crumbly Woods. I can also... no, wait, that's the wrong one. I need to do music. There we go. This is proper old school. Oh, that would be cool, Max. Okay, this is once again Crumbly Woods. By the way, I love this ride in Crumbly Woods. This Cheshire Cats ride, amazing. Truly amazing. I mean, if someone would make a custom title screen with my parks, like they're all in all the live stream ones I have made available for download in the live stream below on the second channel. Breathe. Oh, hang on. It's not there. It's not there. He's not there. Or was it the next screen? No, he's not there. It was a rendering bug. Also, yeah, if someone makes a title screen with my parks, I would definitely use it. Yeah, it must have been a weird rendering bug. Anyway, let's get to the meat of this live stream. So, what I'm gonna try to do, you have a few real parks. And all these real parks have a crazy high loan. You have Alton Towers. You start with a loan of, well, near 5 million. And you have Hyde Park, which starts with a loan of 4 million. And you have Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Wait, did I say Alton Towers in the live stream title? We're not gonna do Alton Towers. I wanted to do Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Hang on, let me change that. Yeah, also I need to change the notification. Let's... I don't know, pleasure some Blackpools. I do like that style. Anyway, you have Blackpool Pleasure Beach, because that's the one I wanted to do, and there's a good reason for that. Thank you for the follow, Andromeda XG. So, we start, well, the loan is the lowest, so it's sort of the easiest to pay back within 3 years. We have 3 years, right? Yes, we do. But this is the only of the 3 parks that I just went through, Alton Towers, Blackpool Pleasure Beach and Hyde Park, that has an entry fee of 0. Free. Nothing. None. And that's important, because the ride price manager, which I will absolutely use today, like if you charge for the entrance, it will set it guests will only want to pay a fourth of what they usually pay for the rides. So you can't make nearly as much money if you don't. If you also pay for the entry, and if you set the entry to 0, the guests that are already in the park still don't want to pay a lot, obviously, and the ride price manager will always think that the entry is not 0. So even if you wait a million years and all the guests have been replaced 10 times, the ride price manager will still think that the admission price, that there are some guests potentially in the park that have paid some admission price. Therefore, we need this park. Also, I do need to use one cheat. No, not the time inspector. I'm going to give myself the cash machine. There is no cash machine in Roller Coaster Tycoon 1. So obviously all these ridiculous goals with like making millions of dollars, that's a hell of a lag spike, they're not possible in Roller Coaster Tycoon 1. Like, I believe Dirklink paid back the loan of Sprightly Park, but that's 250,000. That's not the 2 million I need here. That's also why this isn't going to work for a challenge video like I did Crazy Castle. Because I don't want to cheat in the... Hang on, this park has a second entrance? Wait a minute. I never knew! What? I never knew that Blackpool Pleasure Beach had a second entrance. Also, I need to fire all the staff. Oh, good, because they're all zoned. I don't like that anyway. And I need to drown someone in a white shirt. I'll wait until 7 minutes so that I don't have staff for at least 5 minutes. White shirt. Is it me or are there no guests in white shirts? Okay, now there's one. They're just quite rare. Okay, there is a drowning pond here. It's very nice that the real life parks sometimes also have drowning ponds. So yeah, gonna need more cash machines, definitely. Obviously. Now, the downside of this park is that the layout is weird. Like, I can't optimize any kind of layout. So, I'm gonna have to do what I'm given and build a lot of extra rides in this layout. I don't think they're meant for drowning people in real life. Well, agree to disagree. Okay, that should be enough. 9 cash machines. Also, look at this. When you're doing a custom station style over the ski lift, then it always glitches with Z-fighting and stuff. Well, not really Z-fighting, it's just the thing is too tall. Okay, how much do we make a month? We should already make a lot. Yeah, we're already... It rained. Hang on, what's the climate? It's gonna rain again. Ooh, by the way, do we have info kiosks? You know what I'm going for. You know what I'm going for. We have 5 of them. 20! Hell yeah. We need all the money we get. Climate is Britain, it's gonna be rainy. Good point. Let's take a look. Yeah, cool and wet. Oh my god, I hate that. Wait, 120? No, it should be 20. Yeah, it's 20. Okay. Now it's time to start adding extra rides to make lots of monies. And I'm thinking we might go for longer than normal queue lines. Because that makes it so that guests, you know, that we have a little buffer when it starts to rain. Thank you for the follow, Knoddle. Change the currency to pounds. You know, why not? Now watch me forget to change it back. Is there also a distance and speed option for whatever we use a mix of the two, as they do in Britain? Okay, let's go to 93. Alrighty. $2, that will be changed in a minute. How old are these rides? Oh, also, I forget. Advertising. We need to advertise all the time, non-stop. For everything. There we go. Okay, so they're all built this year. So they're probably built as soon as the park starts, basically. That's good. 2 million loan, yes. It costs us 2.4k a month at only 1% per year, luckily. Okay, how about some of these fellas? How about some 00000? Actually, that's not the best one for making money. I did explain that in my Crazy Castle video. Alright. Let's actually build a custom coaster. The nice thing about this custom coaster is that you don't need to build the station on the ground. Because if you're doing those pre-builds, you need like kind of flat ground and stuff. You don't need that with custom coasters. By the way, this video features in... No, this park features in Thursday's video. I think it's a very interesting video. We need a staff member named Cloggy. Well, I can hire staff again. So let's hire 40 handyman. And 15 mechanics. Now I want this coaster to have a lot of stats as quickly as possible. Oh, by the way, do you guys remember that we got the unable to save bug again last live stream? Most of you probably remember it. Which was very unfortunate. But I was able to save. We did not lose any progress. Which is great. So I told Brox about it, Brox here, and I was honestly a little bit pissed, but this is not his fault, of course. And then at some point, at like 11:30 or whatever, I was about to shut down my computer. And I was like, alright, I'll try just saving one more time, because I had not closed the game yet. Just basically out of desperation, and somehow the park saved. I had no idea why. Then I tried again, just to figure out what was going on, and it didn't work. And eventually I figured out that somehow the bug wasn't in effect when the game was paused. So if it happens again, we just need to pause, save, and restart the game. So that's nice. This is a very odd layout. Any clue what caused it? No. But the fact that I now know how to save it helps. And the fact that the bug isn't in effect when the game is paused also will help the Open RCT2 team to potentially find the bug and solve it. Now, these two loops are guaranteed pain. Don't worry about that. Our guests will suffer. At our hands. My hands. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of what we have achieved. In terms of guest suffrage. Okay. And there we go. Could it be a memory issue? When the game is paused, I assume it uses less memory, so because there's no pathfinding going on. Maybe. I'm not an expert. I assume the OpenRCT2 developer team will figure it out at some point. If not, you know, you could always try to help them. But trying to diagnose the problem to me won't help solve it. Doing it to them, that might help. Okay, so those were 7.1 vertical Gs. Name a ride of your choice. Do you have brakes? No, of course not. Okay, let's give the loops a different color, a more dangerous color. How about purple? Then we'll make the entire ride orange. No, yellow. There we go. Look at that. Davey always says to slap the bass. Isn't Davey basically a dumb meme channel at this point? Looping coaster is you're gonna suffer. That's pretty accurate. What are the stats? Oh, they're taking quite a while to calculate. There we go, 712, 921, 409. What the hell are you on about, Gootsteen Opstopper? Did you just press the predictive text button on your phone? Also, drink some water. I did just do that. I didn't acknowledge it. Okay, some red trains, which represent the blood of the guests, obviously. And they're paying £18.80 for it. Which is frankly not quite enough in my opinion. Unfortunately, they're only paying... Oh, 1940. I thought I saw them pay $13 for this. When I tested it quickly. Maybe that was this right? It was 9. Probably I just saw it wrong. I thank you for the follow though. The red roller coaster next to the one you've built seems a bit unfinished. What do you mean? Which one? Do you mean this one with the red outline or the massive one? Which is the Pepsi Max Cola whatever. The Pepsi Max big one. Oh, the corkscrew. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's the point. Okay. Hang on. Oh. Lol. Thank you, Kangi. I was about to give him a timeout. He told me to go eat cheese. Okay, before we build any more rides... well, let's first pay back a bit of the loan. Just a timeout, he should get a ban. No, he shouldn't. We're not that strict here. I'm gonna check the queue lines. Specifically queue time. Okay, so 11 minutes on the log flume. Okay, yeah, that's just terrible. Also, how many boats do we have? 8 boats? Hell no. 36 boats, baby! LOL. Now that's a hell of a capacity. Okay, the go-karts... The queue line is quite short. I'm not gonna make that shorter. Where's the river rapids? I know this one has a river... No wait, this was the only of the real parks that doesn't have a river rapids. It does, however, have another log flume. This one has terrible stats. Also, only 2 boats? Come on. 8 boats. No minimum waiting time. Now, we don't need a command for that cringe. I mean, it rarely happens. We can just tell people off. Well, first ask them politely. And then tell them off. Okay, let's build a wooden wild mice coaster. Don't forget to open. Did I not open? Whoops, thank you very much. Did I open the other one? Yes, I did. I might need to, at some point, try to fix some path layouts. But honestly, it's kind of a daunting task. Where was I? There. Oh, by the way, I have started planning for a series on my channel, which will be kind of properly serialized. You know, be released weekly and stuff. It's called Marcels RCT 2 Guide. And it's supposed to be a very basic guide on several topics in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. So it starts with a video setting up the game. Then I have the idea of doing a video about just the basics. Then how to make money, which would obviously include both pay per ride parks and pay for entry parks. There's path layouts, there's managing staff. What else is there? There are a few other ideas. Oh yeah, there was how to build an exciting roller coaster. One on shops and stalls. And the idea would be that during those videos, if there's another video, if there's a topic that I would just barely cover, then I would simply point to that video that I've already made about it. Say, you know, if you want more info on this topic, more in-depth info, you can watch this video. And thank you for the follow, by the way, Bragenar. So you're doing the series so you can play? No, because I still need to make a few other videos before I can make the series that I want to point to. Anyway, I was asking you guys for a basic series. What do you think should be important topics? Because, hang on, let me quickly check. The ones I had currently written down was 8 episodes. Yeah, there's a Vandal, he'll be fine. Setting up the game, the basics, how to make money, how to make an exciting coaster, shops and stalls, managing your staff, path layouts, and how to manage a large park. Am I missing anything there? Drown the Vandal, then I'll first have to find him. God, how do I find a vandal in here? Pricing for pay for entry parts always confused me. Yeah, that's one that will be in the how to make money. How to make an exciting coaster should be top priority. Yeah, but not the first video, because it's, you know, the first video obviously setting up the game. Because that makes for a logical, you know, logical route to go through all the stuff. Thank you for the 18 months, Ukraine. So I'm trying to just look for a red face in here, but maybe I should go to thoughts and then be like, there will be some people that think it's really dirty. Wait, that's a lot more. Or it's too crowded here. I mean, how am I ever gonna find a vandal? It might already be de-vandalized. Park rating explained. Yeah, that's a video I need to make before I can make that series. Because I thought I would make that a part of the series. Okay, I can't find the vandal. I'm just gonna drown this guy. He's too happy. I wanted to make that a part of the series, but then I thought, no, you know, explaining all the mathematics of how it works, the park rating, it's way too in-depth for a sort of beginner / intermediate guide. So I will just make that video first and then point to it in one of the episodes. I think that's a better idea. The functions of each button at the top. Yeah, that will be in the basics. Hang on, what was the other idea? Maybe your first video should be about the controls. That will probably also be the basics. Setting up will be about like, will be the very first episode. Will be like how to get the game, how to install Open RCT2, how to get Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 scenarios, that kind of stuff. Maybe a few of the options. Obviously, I got this in my head a while ago, but I've just started working out like a schedule layout of the series today. I'm uncertain about how vandalism works. Yeah, it's individuals that destroy things, although there's no animations for it. Let's fix a bunch of this vandalism, by the way. And vandalism only occurs if your paths are dirty. And guests also need to be unhappy to become vandals, but like, if your paths are clean, it's impossible to have vandalism. Yeah, they have a big red face. Sounds like you have a good plan for the video already. It's not one video, it's 8 videos. And ideally they would be uploaded on Mondays in between my usual video for like 8 weeks straight. Yeah, that's the vandal phase. So obviously we had some vandalism because you guys fired my staff. Now they don't have a red face on the map, but they do have a red face in like this interface and, you know, their face right here. But they don't, like, their sprite doesn't become red, as far as I know. Okay, I need more rides. I just built this ride. Paying $15 for it. Ooh, air-powered vertical, hell yes. Okay, so we have the money. So I'm just gonna go for air-powered vertical coaster cheap. Ooh, I saw... Okay, that's a bit ugly. Can I place it a bit lower down? Somewhere? Okay, that's good enough. And then we go like that. And just because it's quite rainy in this scenario, we'll go for a fairly long queue line. So that we have a bit of a buffer. There we go. And with the fairly high throughput of this ride, this won't be a long queue line. It will like be long in the number of guests, but not long in time. Best time of day. I mean, obviously 20 to 22 hours, because that's when I stream, but that differs on where you live. Generally, my favorite time of the day is probably around 11 AM on a day off. Because then you're already doing whatever fun thing or lazy thing you want to do, but you also still have the entire day ahead of you. Okay, I will pay $31.60 for this. And this will make us good money. Hell yeah. That's amazing. I didn't think I would pay this much for it. You know, part of the reason I started working on that series today, the how to make of the basic series, is that I got a comment that someone said on my River Rapids overview. Someone said, I would like to pick up the game, but it seems too tedious to have to calculate the price every time. And that signaled to me, I mean it was only one person, but still, that kind of signaled to me that I need some kind of series where I make it clear that you don't have to do that. You can just play, you know? You don't have to worry about all the pricings. You can just set them to whatever low, you know, whatever, they set them equal to the excitement rating or whatever. Why aren't the bows trapped? Because I haven't messed with them yet. Alright. Now obviously they'll pay less for it now, but we have 2 of them. A surprising number of people, including me, fall asleep to streams. I definitely fall asleep to YouTube videos. Not all the time, like less often than I used to. But I do fall asleep to YouTube videos sometimes. Did you just build a copy of the roller coaster you've already built? Well, yes. Okay, now to make it, this is obviously for the thrill seekers, because this is 9.8 intensity. However, if we also use this one, air-powered vertical coaster, then we also have one that's for the less intense folks. There we go, perfect spot. Because it misses a set requirement, so the intensity is affected. And that will make us more money. Should you ride a roller coaster on acid? If you regularly do acid, then it's probably a fun idea to try at least once. I'm not going to be held liable for any outcomes though. Does that work there? Oh my god, I can't see. See-through rides. I still can't see. Alright, screw it. Cutaway view. Like, it's right behind everything. Okay, so there's a path below it. I need to go... That will also not work. There we go, that works. It's not even dense and he still needs to use the cutaway tool. Yeah, sometimes you just need to. Have a favorite coaster type in real life? Probably Giga Coaster. I haven't been on that many coaster types actually. On that many coasters. Okay, how much do we pay for it now? 24. That's still a lot. That's still more than the max. Ooh, this one is popular. It's in a better spot. It's gonna make a lot of money. Ooh, interesting poll. How much sleep do you get on average per night? Who voted less than 3 hours? You should be dead. Okay, so I get 7 to 9. Usually around 8. Thank you for the follow, Quemo. Are we still advertising? No, we're not. I wonder how long we weren't advertising for. Honestly, I should do another one where I optimize profits. Because we can do that now. With the more guests, we can make $1 million a month. Okay, let's pay back some more. I mean, we're not going fast enough, not nearly. We're not gonna make this, honestly. Yeah, we're definitely not gonna make this. We need to pay back, on average, 666k a month. Although, I forget, there's... Actually, we might make this. There's a lot of value in this park in rides. Let's not forget that. What's the goal of this scenario? The goal is to get 3,500 guests, but that's not difficult. The goal is to pay back the loan for this live stream. Yeah, I'm just gonna build a whole load of these coasters. Okay, it's... Where are most of the guests? Okay, they seem to be roughly evenly distributed. Okay, it's really crowded here. Mostly guests thinking that are in this part, not in this part. This part. There are not enough guests here. I mean, why is this no entry, you daft dimbos who did that? I mean, that's probably Chris Sawyer. Yeah, I'm just gonna sell him. Hang on, what's in there? Nothing. Okay, who thought of that? Okay, I need to... Honestly, I need to fix the path thing. Okay, bye-bye, have fun in the void. Lots of people need to go to the toilet. Is it actually lots? 154? Yeah, that's quite a few. Okay, I'm gonna build actually... Like, what's that path? I'm just gonna build a path through here. And that's already better. Yeah, toilets. How many do we have? 5. We have more cash machines than toilets. How capitalistic. They do dissolve into the void and disappear. By the way, a fun fact I like about this park is, look at this. This is all path that is used as roof. Because raising, like, floating scenery wasn't a thing in Roller Coaster Tycoon 1. You couldn't do that. So they used path as roofs often. Or they would just raise the land and use roof land. Like the terrain. For example, this. And the side is also just terrain, not scenery. Charge 40 cents for the toilet. Not a bad idea. But it was possible, right? At least one save file supported it. The one crazy save file you once shared. I mean, yeah, but if that's possible, then it's also possible in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 to explode a boat higher. With cheats and mods, anything's possible. Why is it... Hang on. What's going on? Oh, it's waiting for full load and there's no one there. Who did that? It has... Oh wait, it doesn't matter. Actually. I thought it had 2 stations and I was jamming it up. There were just guests stuck on the outside because no one was going on it. Because it was waiting for full load. But it didn't matter actually. Well, a few guests were stuck, which did matter I suppose. Thank you for the follow, Cranberry Bog. That save file will load on a completely vanilla RCT1. Once made, it works fine. Yeah, once made, it works fine. So you can technically have floating scenery, but without mods, you can't. You know what I mean? I mean, having one of these on shuttle mode works fine without cheats, as long as you set it on shuttle mode with cheats beforehand. And it's kind of the same with the floating scenery in Roller Coaster Tycoon 1. It works without cheats if you use cheats to do it beforehand. And the exit. Let's block that off. Yeah, he could have done that, but I don't think he really wanted to use cheats to make these scenarios. Especially because he doesn't like sandbox games. At least he did say that once in an interview. Also, it would be quite annoying if you destroyed something and couldn't rebuild it. I think he wouldn't like the idea of that. Okay. Well, we are making good money. 55k. Gonna make more than 50k this month. But that's not enough. We need to make close to 100k. Now, obviously, our monthly profit is going up, which is good. And I want a variety of coasters, so let's build another looping coaster. Salmon pink balloon stall, please. Sure. They will hold up their own flesh. Their own inflated livers. Shouldn't I be able to... Hang on. Land not owned by Park. But I have construction rights, right? Oh, I only on a tiny section. Like, see-through path. We only have construction rights exactly where the monorail is. I could technically build a coaster below that. Ooh, let's build it here. Let's build it there. Okay, it needs to be at least long enough for 2 8-tile, 8-car trains. They will be holding up their own flesh. I prefer they will be holding up their own inflated livers. But that's just me. Too gruesome? Not too gruesome. I mean, it's up to you, of course, as the mods. But I don't think it's too gruesome. I mean, look at the kids' show Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Nothing is too gruesome. That's not a kids show. What do you mean? Yeah, the old kids show Happy Tree Friends. It's very wholesome. I've never seen anything more wholesome. Wholesomer? Honestly, I kind of dislike Happy Tree Friends. I'm not a fan of gore. Gore is just... yeah. I don't like it. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to go down. Oh, that actually fits? No, it's my own coaster that's in the way. What about Al Gore? I don't know much about him, other than that he's some climate activist. And ran as the Democratic candidate against Bush in 2000. But do I know anything about his policies? No. So, I don't have an opinion on Al Gore, really. I mean, he's a climate activist, so he probably has some good ideas. And let's get back to the station. Wait. We're not aligned. Ah, we can do that faster. With a helix. Hell yeah. Look at that little guy struggling. Alright. Let's open up this baby. Oh, we're still researching rides. Coasters, please. There are people walking on the water. Wait, are there? Oh, fire all the staff. You really want me to lose this challenge, don't you? No, we don't have entertainers. There we go. And you know what? I think we're better off doing that there. There. By the way, do you guys know about the episode of Peppa Pig that was banned in Australia? And actually for quite a good reason. Name a ride of your choice. Go ahead. Why was it banned? Because it was about spiders are our friends, like some people are getting. Rename the flat-ish air-powered coaster to LMAO Yeet. Alright. And obviously, spiders are our friends is a great message. In a country like, for example, my country, the Netherlands. Spiders aren't dangerous here. I still kill them because I don't like spiders. But they're not dangerous. But in Australia, that's not the best message to give your kids. I actually never watched Peppa Pig. I only know about it because of some game show where the question was on. Now, can anyone name me the game show that that question was on? I'll be very impressed if someone can. Okay, we have this one now with 634-701-310. Lotto Week at Millionaires. Honestly, might have been too, I don't know. It's not the one I saw it on though. Probably not. Maybe the Australian version though. Thank you for the sub, Faros91. Lingo, that's not a game show, or at least not one with questions. That's one where you guess words. It's like, Lingo is literally Wordle. Let's do a Virginia Reel. One of Tom Scott's game shows. That's oddly specific. Also, yes. It was a lateral. And it was indeed a question on one of the shows, and someone knew it. I think it was like Cat Arnie or that knew it. Thank you for the sub, Sentai Face. Yes, it does always come back to Tom Scott. The Virginia Fake or Fake, I don't know. Should be named after Laura Virginia Fake. Because I believe this ride was named after Laura Virginia Real. Or something like that. It was at least named after some girl which was the daughter of the designer or something like that. I didn't start it this time. Yes, I did. I talked about the banned Peppa Pig episode. And then I asked you guys if you knew what it was from. And it's the Tom Scott game show. So I absolutely will take credit for starting it this time. Yeah, it's always my fault. It's also my fault that you are watching me here. Okay, can we make that? Nope. Okay, we probably won't make this, so let's do that. A little bit of a chain lift. And let's properly test this beast. There we go, like that. Technically it's all our fault. If none of us were watching you, you probably wouldn't be doing this. I definitely wouldn't. It's fun when people say that you should do all your hobbies and your stuff for your own fun. And, you know, you should give yourself worth and stuff like that. And although that's absolutely true, it's also very obvious that, like, if I did something, I bring it out to the world and no one enjoys it, then I'm not very likely to keep doing it. If bringing it out to the world is part of the reason it's part of the thing you're doing. Like, if you're playing a video game that you like, just single player and stuff, obviously, it's your own enjoyment. But for example, the speed skating statistics, if no one was interested, I would not be doing it. I would not have spent 10 hours in the last 3 days adding data to a database. I can rehire staff again. Can I? Yes. But because I know people will be interested. And people are already interested in the stuff I do, then I keep doing it. Yeah, how's it going with the database? It's going well. We have about 100 and... We don't need entertainers. Well, 5 might be useful. 125,000 lap times now? Something like that. We had 112,000, but then I added another season. Yeah, the park rating kind of got dunked on because we fired all the staff. Well, you guys did. Thank you for the follow, EJP, man. Yeah, we added another season. Or did you mean we fired the staff? Well, either it's I/you/whatever. Thank you for the follow, Vega I28. Okay, let's see. 1260, that's a good price. Ooh, it has actually slightly too many laterals. But that's fine, because that gives only a little bit more intensity. It actually drives up the price. So that's nice. We need more bins here. I have a feeling like half the park doesn't have bins. Because there's trash everywhere. Well, I'm sort of half working together with another ice skating fan. He's not like helping creating the database, but I do talk with him a lot. Why not use Benchwarmer? Because that is kind of a cheat, and sometimes I want to not use it. You know, we do talk about it a lot, and about issues, and potentially getting some obscure lap times and stuff, and other stuff. Like, you know, he's pointed me to several places where we can get data. He's partly inspired me, and I've inspired him to do other database stuff. If I never opened that. I saw it was closed a minute ago, but I thought it was just broken. Okay, let's add another one of these babies. There we go, perfect spot. We told you that you never opened it, and I didn't see your comment. When was the very first speed skating competition? I don't know. Presumably it was undocumented. But, I don't know the exact date, but let me look it up. Championships. Okay, so the very first World Championships all round was in 1889. It has an incredibly long history. For, like, I believe it is one of the oldest sports championships in the world. I mean, it's more than 100 years old. Can we... Yeah, that's disconnect. Oh, advertising. We need to renew the ads. And then obviously... And since then, it has been held yearly. With a few exceptions. Exceptions during the war. Both world wars. And last season. And this coming season as well. So the 2021 season, there was no World Allround Championships. Partly due to Corona, but also partly due to the fact that there wasn't one planned. Because for some reason, the idiots at the ISU decided that it would be a great idea to change it so that the World Allround Championships were only held once every 2 years. Instead of once every year. The World Allround Championships has always been the pinnacle of speed skating. Like, it's been the most, for a very long time, it's been the most prestigious speed skating competition on Earth. And that has diminished a bit lately, but it's still very popular. Yeah, they're every odd year. No, every even year. No, that's not the one I want. See, back in 1996, they had the idea to introduce the World Single Distance Championships. So instead of all round, where you compete over a combined score total over the 500, 1500, 5000 and 10,000 meters, or 3,000 and 5,000 instead of 5,000 and 10,000 for ladies or women. The single distances gives a single world champion for every distance. And that's basically the same as how the Olympics work in speed skating. Which is great, because it's a fantastic tournament. And it's kind of like the Olympics. The problem is that it has kind of gotten a bit of too much emphasis. And especially a lot of national skating organizations reward their skaters almost only for stuff they did on either the Olympics or the World Single Distance Championships. So, because that's what they get money for and funding, they focus mostly on that. Which means that they focus less on all round. And more on specialization. And, you know, I really like the World Single Distance Championships. It's probably my favorite competition of the season. Either that or the Olympics. Because in Olympic years there's no World Single Distance Championships because it's basically the same competition. So why do both? The entrance path, it's better now, but the exit path is still cringe. I'll keep it though. Oh, thank you for the 3 months, Artanis. But yeah, coming season will be the first normal season where there's no World All-Round Championships that was not caused by war. Or Corona. Since 1889. And I hate that, but it's what we got to deal with. And it's so unfortunate as well, because this season we did have a World All-Round Championships a few months ago, it was in March. And it was, well, we had the Olympics, so you can't really compete with the Olympics. But other than that, it was easily the best competition of the year. Because you had Niels van der Poel, who was a very long distance skater. And he suddenly surprised everyone with skating a surprisingly good 500 meters. And it was amazing. And he won. Like, if at the start of the year you would say that he could win an all-round championships, you would say no. Obviously not. Like, his starts are some of the slowest ever. Also, he's not Dutch, he's Swedish. Like, he skated a new world record on the 5 kilometers, 5,000 meters. And his first 200 meters were the slowest for a world record since the 1980s. And also was the slowest of every participant of that particular competition that day. And also was slower than every winner of the Olympic Games since like 1976. I looked that up. His openers are incredibly slow. Because he's just not trained for that. Okay, let's build it there. So everyone expected him to do terribly on the shortest distance on the all-round championships and lose a lot of time there. That makes sense. But somehow he didn't. He did, like, lose time, obviously, but he didn't do that bad. And for the women's tournament, we had a crazy clash between Mio Takagi, who was Olympic champion on the 1,000 meters and got silver on the 500 and 1,500. against Irene Schouten, who was Olympic champion on the 3000 and 5000 and mass start. In fact, the number 1 and the number 2 on the women's all-round tournament this year. But if you combine them, you have a medal on every single Olympic discipline. Not just a medal, at least silver. So it was a crazy tournament. It was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Like, the ultimate favorite for the men's tournament was Patrick Roest, and he did not win. And that was crazy. Like, no one doubted that he was gonna win, yet he didn't. Now, partly, he might have had corona, because he tested positive shortly afterwards. Which is obviously not nice. But still, we don't know. And we didn't know at the time. It was a crazy tournament. And we're only gonna have that once every 2 years. If you skate 10 kilometers, you obviously also skate 500 meters. What would you think of a game where you do all the distances at the same time, having to start out sprinting 500 meters quick and then slowly going more and more into endurance skating to get all the way up to 10k? Well, I assure you, it will be interesting, I think. Although a bit weird, because you'd have to work with different start and end points than usual. But it would be interesting. But I assure you that sprinters would never do well. That's not gonna work. Because they might win a few seconds on the 500 meters, but they'll easily lose. If they go all out on the first bit, they'll easily lose like multiple minutes later on. Probably people like Sven Kramer. Like, he quit, he's retired now, but he would probably stand a good chance of winning such an event. Because he got good speed for a 10k skater. So he can start off fairly quickly without burning too much energy. What if they're just counted by how many of the distances you win? Well, then any stayer can never win. Because any stayer means long distance skater, can never win the 500 or the 1500. I mean, then you would just, sprint incredibly quick. And if you win just both first distances, you cannot lose anymore. Yes, this part is messy. And actually, that was a problem with some of the first World All-Round Championships. Because you would only win if you won at least 3 of the 4 distances. And, let's see, do I need to renew the ads? No, I don't. Yeah, we're never gonna make this, by the way, this goal. In 1889, 1890, 1894, 1902, 1903, 1906 and 1907, there was no winner of the World All-Round Championships. Also in 1889 there were only 3 distances. That was pre the ISU. That was before the International Skating Union existed. But later on, it was still possible to win if you had won at least 3 distances. Like, if no one won 3 distances, it would be on points. And there's a whole point system. Ooh, Twister Coaster, I want one. But it happened that someone would win the first 3 distances, and the 10 kilometers is always the last one. And they would just, like, not bother on the 10k. Just, like, treat it at 25, like, celebrating laps. And obviously that's not the goal of the competition. So then they changed that so that you have to, that just the one with the fewest total points wins. Okay, let's boost this baby up. Isn't that Haunted Heist gonna be in the way? Yes, it is. Okay, you know what? One booster. And then we're gonna go up. Alright, we're gonna go sideways. You've seen the excitement rating increase on the maze ride after decorations were added next to the maze. Yeah, that is a thing. Ooh, we have construction rides right there. Probably because of the Pepsi Max Big One, Cola, Pepsi, Cherry, Zero Sugar or whatever it's called. And large loop. Why not? Does it make it? It does. Beautiful. Yeah, we're already a year and 2 months in, and we've only paid back 330,000. So we're not gonna do this. Although there is still, I don't know how much this park is worth. Like, if we sell every ride, every single bit of path, how much does that get us? And that's actually an important question. Because if that gets us like 200,000-300,000, which honestly it might, then that will help a lot. And as you saw in Crazy Castle, you can sell almost all the rides. If you do, you can sell every ride and even drown all the guests if you do it just in time so that the park rating doesn't update. Yeah, the park value is not indicative of how much you've spent on rides. Like, it's sort of correlated, because more expensive rides generally have higher stats, but the park rating only depends on the stats and how many guests you have in the park. Yeah, this is not aligned at all. That video was terrifying. It was so much fun to make. Like, getting the right intensity in my voice when doing the recording took a few takes. That was fun to do. Oh, the twister's in the way. Fun. Well, we'll just do that then. Nope. We'll just do that then. Yes. I'm not sure if it'll make it, but we'll see. It does. Cool. Does the value of a ride decrease over time? Yes. No. Both. Actually. Depends on what your question is. Now, you might think you know what your question is, but are you sure you know the question? This is all gonna get Matrix-like. What I mean is that value can have two different meanings. Kind of like my video, what's the shortest ride with 10 excitement? Depends on your definition of shortest. And here, yeah, that's basically the idea, Vega. The ride value, which is a number which influences how much you can charge for it and how much park value it gives, that value changes and lowers over time. Oh, I need one more train. But how much you can sell it back for does not change. It's not 100%. As soon as you've opened it, I believe, it only pays 70% back if you sell it. But that doesn't go down. That stays at 70%. Now I have a question. Why am I putting one piece of regular non-sloped path in front of the entrance? Does anyone know the answer? For 20 points. Okay, I'm gonna connect it to that much busier path. I assume so guests don't fall down. No. Okay, I'm gonna connect it opposite the toilet. There we go. Because I'm crazy! No. Well, I am, but that's not the answer. If you edit an old ride by replacing one section with an identical section, will the guest treat it as a new ride or an old one? I believe an old one still, unless you entirely remove it. Okay, let's hope I didn't make it a little bit too extreme. Seems fine. For the aesthetic, no, there's actually a reason behind it. To fit more guests, no. I don't know actually whether sloped or regular pieces fit more guests. To place benches on. Benches don't go on queue lines. Guests load faster, yes. Because guests walk slower uphill. And if the last path piece before the station is also uphill, then they use that uphill walking speed to walk on the station platform. So they load slower because they walk slower on the station platform. Oh, I thought you meant the exit line. Oh no, I meant the entrance line. Did I say exit? Maybe I'm just stupid and said exit. I mean, we've already discovered that I'm quite stupid, so who knows. Ooh, we might have a few vandalisms. Let's check how many vandalisms we have. Okay, yes, we have quite a few. I'm just gonna replace all the broken lamps with benches. Because we need to get rid of the lamps anyway. What horrible pathing is that? I have staff and there's still a puke fest. You go there. Much better. Ooh, I see more broken stuff. There we go. And there we go. Okay, that already seems better. Kind of want a connection between here though, but I think there's a coaster in the way, yes. Well, in the way. Depends on your definition of in the way, really. There we go. Much better. Alright. This park is going quite nice, but we're not making enough money. Like, we've only made more than 60,000 in one of the months. Part of the reason is because the rides are going down in value. Yeah, let's redo them all. Well, they've only gone down once, so it's not that big of a problem. Part of the reason is also... Hang on, I'm just gonna remove a bunch of flat rides. Oh, I should also remove the paths that go with them. Because the flat rides aren't making us any money. Like, this thing is making us 1,000 an hour. this thing is making 16,000 an hour. Now, the reason that I'm saying they're not making us any money is guests are being on them and they're not being on another ride. Okay, this one has no queue line. This one's fine. It doesn't eat up guests for nothing. How you integrated chat so nicely into the stream? Streamlabs has an option for that. Like, that was all Streamlabs, not me. Let's see. Alpine Golf? Nope. Not on my watch. No, not transparency options. I want that one. There we go. That's not a terrible path. Solved. Yeah, they're unintentionally storing guests. Just like this car ride. Like, it's making 1,000 a month. That's nothing. Also, let's connect this. Wait a minute. Is that not on the same height? Nope. Whoops. We can still connect it though. We just... Wait, footpath... Is there footpath under there? Hang on, is that... There's no one on there. Is that going anywhere? Oh, hang on. I need to clear... I still had a tiny section. That's why we weren't seeing anything. Oh my god, there's a highway built under there. Well, we can delete that. This is just for show. Like, that's the only reason this was built there. No one's able to go on it. I didn't know it was there. Yeah, we can also obviously only remove until the borders of our park. Well, this is getting us some nice money. And also frees up some underground space, which we're not going to use, apart from that bit that I am about to use. Like, right there. I suppose there's probably a real tunnel under Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Otherwise, he wouldn't have put it there. How much puke's there around the park? I keep doing the wrong one. There we go. A fair bit, honestly. But it's not impacting the park rating, so it's mostly fine. Okay, how much are they paying for this? 22.80. What would you do if in a few hours you found out that everything you did there in the game happened in real life at some real park? I would not believe it, because laws of physics and stuff. Like, I would not believe I would be the cause there. Okay, do we have another good ride that I can build that I haven't built yet? Well, I'm just gonna go for more of these. Although, I think I should advertise. Yes, I have not renewed these. And that one. Like, yeah, it matches 1-to-1, but if it exactly happens as I did it here, I still wouldn't believe it. But if I did found out it unequivocally happened because I did it, because obviously that's the spirit of the question, which I'm currently dodging, then I don't know how I would react. Like, such a situation is literally impossible. So, there's no precedent. So I have no idea how I would react. Not just a precedent with me, there's no precedent for anyone reacting to that. So yeah, the answer is je ne sais pas. Okay, that's another one. Ooh, we went to 85,000 in June. Is it because it didn't rain? That's on the right road. Like, we've paid back almost a quarter. We're halfway through the allotted time. So, we're not doing too well. Yes, I am from the Netherlands. And am indeed also still there. Okay, you go away. And you go away. We don't need all you guest hogging flat rides. Alright, that's a connection. Oh, I never opened that one. No, it's just broken. Lol. Let's see. You can also die. And I'll remove the path that comes with it. I think that's all. Yes, that's all of that. I swear I could hear a British accent. That's quite impressive considering people make fun of my Dutch accent, which according to Dutch people is the heaviest they've ever heard in the entire world. So that the fact that you hear a British accent. I mean, I sometimes overplay a bit of a British accent, like I'll drink some water. Okay, you know what? This is a nice queue line. For a big coaster. Let's build a mine train ride. Then the station should be the other way around. There we go. They say, "I bravini." That was not a British accent. I don't know what that was. Drink some water. Alright, drink some water. Saw the River Rapids video you just put out. What's the highest excitement you have gotten with that type of ride? 10.81. The clip right after the one with the trams, I think it's at 329, has 10.81 excitement. Your British accent is so strong it goes back to sounding North Germanic. I mean, you could interpret it like that. Somehow all people in the Netherlands are fluent in English. Well, we actually don't get English in school all that early. I started in 7th grade when I was 10. Or 9 probably. Yeah, I was 9 when I started. Which isn't that young. But by the age of around... Yeah, grades work differently here. We start numbering grades in kindergarten. So 7th grade is 5th grade for you guys. Well, we technically call it group 7. Oh, thank you for the 5 months. Twistina. Anyway, by the time you're about 13, 14 or so, all the TV shows from England, of course, or from England and America that you will be watching are dubbed, not subbed. So that's a way you learn a lot of English, and also you'll consume a lot of the internet in English. There's of course Dutch communities everywhere still too. Like there's very big Dutch YouTube community and stuff. But we do a lot of stuff in English. Okay, so how our grade system works is that you start group 1 or grade 1 or whatever you want to call it when you're 4 or sometimes 3. And then group 1 and 2 are kind of like our equivalent of kindergarten, where you basically just play and, you know, the teacher reads to you and stuff like that. Then in group 3 you start properly learning how to read, how to write, stuff like that. To do math, like basic arithmetic. And I was 9, but usually you're 10 when you're in when you start group 7. But I was 9 because I skipped a grade. Sort of. I skipped most of a grade. I skipped the second half of group 2. So yeah, then by the time you're in group 2, you're most often 10. By the time you start high school, most people are 12. I was 11. Yeah, but you're supposed to start when you're 4 in kindergarten. Or group 1. But if you turn 4 in September, you can sometimes start when you're still 3. But I turned 4 in December, so I wasn't allowed to start yet. So I started in group 1 in December. But then by the time, by the summer, I had only had group 1 for about half a year, and they thought that was too short. So I needed to do another year of group 1. But by the time I had done a full year of group 1, so roughly that was December 2001 would that be, around the age I turned 5. It was clear that they wanted me to go to group 2. But then I went to group 2 in December, which is not at all usual. Usually, you go up a grade or a group in the summer, obviously after the summer holidays. But I did it differently, because I'm special or whatever. Now it's because my birthday. But then, by the... Oh, no, I was originally gonna do a full year extra of group 1. So like 1.5 years in total. But then, by around February or so, my parents thought that I had done enough and should go to group 2. And then in like March, I did go to group 2. But then after the summer holidays, I immediately went to group 3. Because I could already read. Like, I was ahead of the other kids, even though I was younger. And that's why I only did a couple of months of group 2. Or 2nd grade, or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, we also only have 2 schools, by the way. Before, like, university and stuff. Because Americans have primary school, middle school, and then high school. We don't do none of that. We have primary school and then high school. So we don't do middle school. Alright, this is a weird coaster, but it'll have to work. Oh, we don't have an exit. Now we do. Did you do any extracurriculars outside of class? Sort of. So, me and 2 other kids were easily the best in our year of in primary school. And one of the other kids is still a good friend of mine. He was over at my place a week ago. And it was clear that we were often a bit bored. At least I was very bored. Like, I would be done with all the, you know, learning Dutch and learning simple math and all that stuff way before everyone else. And way before the allocated time for that task. And so we got some extra work to do. It was called Traveling Around the World in 80 Days. In Dutch, obviously. And it was like a whole lot of exercises and stuff. But we didn't want to do them. We were bored. So we just, once we were all done with our usual work, we would work on that in like the room next to our classroom where no one else was. Just the 3 of us. And obviously we didn't do anything. We just messed about. So that never got finished. Or even close to finished. We call high school middle school. To us, high school is college. Wait, you're Dutch, Max. I don't agree with you. And we're talking about the same system. Like, I mean, yeah, we call it, well, middelbare school, which is middle school, roughly. But I don't agree that that's our equivalent of college. Like, college is kind of like HBO or MBO. Like, well, MBO is more like trade school. HBO is more like college, and university is university. And all 3 of those you do after high school or middelbare school, depending on what level of high school you did. So your gifted program was 3 kids alone in a room goofing off. Sounds about right. Yes, so in hindsight, my primary school was pretty terrible at giving us, like promoting us. And like, we were gifted compared to the other kids, but it's not like we were highly intelligent. At least I'm not. You know, we were just a little bit smarter, probably, you know, IQ a bit above average, considering we did all go to uni after. But not that smart. But yeah, they did a pretty terrible job at providing us and inspiring us, pushing us to do more. I mean, I pushed myself in hobbies and stuff, so it was all fine in the end. But at school, I was frequently bored. It was all too easy. In high school, that was different though. I got low grades because I didn't bother. And I never worked. Which is partly because Asperger's, aka autism, which didn't help. I did pass in the end, but the thing is, in high school we have 3 different distinct levels. We have VWO, which means literally like continued scientific education, which is the highest level of high school, takes 6 years. We have HAVO, I don't know what that stands for, which is 5 years and a little bit of a lower level. And then you have VMBO, which is has a lot of different sub-levels. I don't need one of those. Which is 4 years. And then after you're done with VMBO, you usually go to MBO, which means... well, it's pretty much a trade school. And after HAVO, you generally go to HBO, which means higher... how do you translate beroepsonderwijs? Onderwijs education. Like job education, higher job education. Which is called actually a university in English. But in the Netherlands we don't call that a university. Because a university is even a higher level still. Because that's a funny thing. You have... like, go to uni is a very common thing in America. But in America they call lots more things than we do a uni. That's interesting, because the HBO, or HBO, if you translate that to English, their title is University of Applied Sciences. Like, for example, the Hanse School, Hanse Hogeschool, which is HBO, is markets itself in English as the University of Applied Sciences. But it's not a university here. But in America, that would be called a university. It would just be like a low-level university. Because in America, but also in England, or Great Britain I should say, you have a lot of like fighting between unis. You have like the really high levels like Oxford or Princeton, Harvard, Ivy League, all that kind of stuff. That doesn't exist in the Netherlands. All university degrees are worth the exact same. Now, except for some very minor things, like some universities are better in different areas. Like, for example, Groningen is very good at law, I believe. And Wageningen is known for their life sciences, like biology and stuff like that. Yeah, TU Delft, which is Technical University in Delft. So in very niche situations, the university where you go does matter, because they'll be slightly better in some areas. But in general, if you have like a law degree or a math degree or a physics degree, whatever university you got it in the Netherlands, it's a valid degree. It doesn't matter. It's not like you're not better for going to Amsterdam instead of Groningen or whatever. You might choose to go to Delft for technical study just because they are better there at it. But the degree you get won't be worth more. One year of just being in the kids and learning to get along with the kids in a group. Oh yeah, that's the Peuterspeelzaal, which means toddler playroom, literally translated. When you're 3, you go to that. Yeah, then 2 years of some simple education, which is like learning how to play, and, you know, being read to, stuff like that. Then 6 years of learning how to read, write, simple math, simple biology, simple geography, simple history, English in the last 2 years. Maybe earlier now, it's been a while since I went to primary school. And then you take a test, the CITO-toets, or CITO-test, which I got a perfect score on. Well, the highest score possible. That doesn't mean 0 errors. I did have 0 errors in the maths part of it, though. I was very proud of that. I still am. Maths is definitely my strong suit. Always has been. And then you do 4, 5, 6 years, which I explained with like VMBO, HBO, VWO. And then you can do a higher education. Isn't the bachelor 3 to 4 years instead of 2 to 4 years? Well, bachelor is generally 3. Then you can do a master after that, you know, you can do a PhD. I have a friend who does that. Postdoc and whatever else. But very, very, very few people do that, obviously. That's only for the absolute nerds. Yeah, I went to Harvard and Yale. That's not really a thing here. Like, you just go to a university with everyone else. No, bachelor is not a 4-year degree. Bachelor is a 3-year degree here. It's like almost all bachelors here, at least at university. I don't know about HBO. HBO, they might be 4 years, but at university level, they're 3 years. Well, the standard. Most people do take a little bit longer. Yeah, you going faster than 4 times already easy, because this is 8 times as fast, not 4 times. But you probably mean this one, which gives quite a bit of lag, which is times 128. You do that one by enabling the debug options somewhere here. There we go, enable debugging tools. Healthcare is still 3 years in the Netherlands, but the master is also 3 years. Like in stuff like law and stuff, master is only 1 year. In stuff like physics and math, master is mostly 2 years. And in medicine, it's 3 years. Why? Oh, we got the bug again. We got the bug again. Stuff's not rendering. Let's see if I can save. Nope, I can't. Now let's pause the game. It worked! Haha! Now let's restart. Oh, and we got a new build as well. Takes a little bit to download it. Okay, there we go. And we're back. What part didn't render? All the right pre-builds didn't render, like there. You see the blue coaster. Maybe the new build has the bug removed. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I'm very happy that it doesn't matter anymore when we get it. We just pause, save and restart the game. Like, it's a little bit of an hassle, and I would obviously like it removed. It should be removed as soon as possible. But it's no longer, like, a problem. By the way, how long were we having that bug for? Let's take a look. Autosave, 21:45. Okay, so only 9 minutes. Well, less, probably. Yeah, I've massacred Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Are the ads still on? No, they're not. I mean, that's definitely one of the reasons this is not going so well. I'm not paying attention to the ads. Do the Open RCT devs release patch notes? Definitely with the bigger releases, but I'm pretty sure they also have it for the like all the developer builds somewhere. Oh, of course this doesn't work. Oh, I'll just build it on the other side. Ugh. Oh, we'll go that way. There we go. Okay, now it's time to do this. Refurbishment. Because they've gone down in price twice now, which means they only pay 66% or 2/3 of what they originally would pay for it, which is way too low. So we're going to refurbish all the important rides. Well, not you, we're just gonna kill you. Because we need the income. we go. We're gonna do you. And I'm gonna do you hard. I'm gonna refurbish you so hard you won't know what happened to you. Of course I can't refurbish because it's broken down. Alright, I'll just do this one first. Okay, it's being fixed. Good. You have to be gentle. I'm never gentle. I don't know the meaning of the word gentle. And you. And you. And you. Big Dipper is a star constellation, yes, but it can also be the name of a coaster. Like, I believe it's also the name of the pre-built in Bumbly Bayach. Oh, we already had a wooden wild mouse, apparently. Okay, so I don't know how old all these rides are. Did I already refurbish this one? Oh, that's a hell of a lag spike. This here, yes, I probably did. Actually, we can check that. No, reliability was not 100%. There we go, now it's 100%. And you. Now, if this has all worked, we should see quite a significant increase in our revenue this month. And I say if it has all worked, I don't see any reason why it wouldn't work. Okay, we also have the looping coaster. Now, let's do all the launched free falls. At least the first 4. The others are quite a bit newer. And you. And you. It has to be closed without any guests on it when you refurbish it, which is why I'm double closing them. There we go. Do you all ever get sick and then just be mad about the symptoms? Yes. And I'm currently sick, sort of. I have hay fever. And I do use medicine, which works against the runny nose, but doesn't really work against the irritated eyes. So, that's still annoying me quite a bit at the moment. Okay, we had that there. That there. Now this is a beautiful space for another coaster. Hay fever to trees or grass? Honestly, I don't know. I just know I usually get it around the end of May for a few weeks and that's it. I never bothered to learn more about it. Let's give this a bit of a different color. There we go. I have somehow managed to avoid COVID for 2.5 years. Well, as far as I know, I have avoided it as well. But I might have already had it. Like, there was, not too long ago, there was a few days where I felt absolutely terrible. Well, I didn't feel sick, I just felt weak. Like, I had zero energy to do anything. But only after that was fixed, I realized, wait a minute, that might have been COVID. But because I just felt like I had no energy, but nothing else, And I wasn't sleeping that well at the time. So I just chalked it up to that. But then later I realized, wait a minute. Maybe that was COVID. I don't know. But at that time it was too late to test for it. Which scenario in RCT2 do you think is the easiest to play? Well, if you can connect RCT1, either download recreations of the scenarios or connect the actual game, just do Forest Frontiers. If you want the literal easiest to win, you should do Sherwood Forest. It's literally 3 clicks. It's not the first one that's available. Well, Sherwood Forest was actually the first one that was available for me, because it's the first one, because it's Dark Age, like it's the first alphabetical one for Time Twister. So for me, it was the first one I saw for a while, when I was young. But, yeah, this one's the easiest. And it's from Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, so you can do it too. Okay, so we made 85,000 in October. In March I spent some time redoing the rides. Let's see how much we get in April. Yeah, we only have like a year left. We're not gonna make this at all. But it was a valiant attempt. Oh yeah, Prison Island. Like, it has no fail conditions and unlimited money. Just like Roller Coaster Heaven. Stupid scenarios. Absolutely stupid. Oh, I never reopened Twister Coaster 1. Oops. Are there any others that I forgot to reopen? No, that seems to be fine. Oh yeah, Prison Island does look nice. Do you have the expansion screens, bro? Because that might be a reason you're not able to find it. What coaster shall we build? Honestly, a lot of these ones that I haven't built yet, I don't really want to build. Ooh, actually, I like that one. Although I think we might have already have the spinning Twister Wild Mouse. You should have it. Well, it's called Dark Age Sherwood Forest. And you should be able to find it. If not, then I don't know. Yes, it's the Robin Hood one. It's one of my favorite scenarios in the game. I mean, I did just show in the menu. Oh yeah, it's not called Sherwood Forest. Lol, my bad. Like, the park is called Sherwood Forest when you open the scenario. So that's where I got it from. That's also a thing. In the expansions of Roller Coaster Tycoon, the parks don't have the same names as the scenarios. Like Africa Victoria Falls is called Over the Edge. For some reason. And Maharaja Palace is called Park Maharaja. So you can't find it if you go to the M to Maharaja Palace or the A of Asia. You won't find it in your save folder. Which is annoying. Let's increase the chain lift speed. There we go. Schneider Cup. Oh yeah, Schneider Cup has some beautiful scenery as well. In general, a lot of the expansion scenarios have beautiful scenery. Like, often they're terrible as scenarios, but they have beautiful scenery. Oh, hang on, I forgot to refurbish these two. There we go. Thank you for the follow. Alex is tired. I'm also tired. So welcome to the club. Yeah, it really is just a few clicks. But I still love it as a scenario. Then we go that way. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go like... Oh, that's a negative 1.5 meters. Oh, that makes a lot more sense. And then that. Test. Now we go like that. Bye-bye, Mr. Fence. I hope I didn't offense you. And it's gonna rain again. I don't like the rain. Alright, we're near 5,000 guests. That's quite good though. Are we advertising still? Yes, we are. Ooh, the park value has exploded. Presumably because I renewed all the rides. But wait, no, I did that after this. Maybe I just built a lot of new rides. Or March is the middle of March, maybe? Maybe it was part of that? I don't know. But we got over 1 million park values. Which is quite a lot, to be honest. And the weekly profit, I mean, it was quite low here when I refurbished all the rides. Other than that, it's gone up tremendously. Like, there's a steady upward trend here. You don't like rain? It's called... that's a reference to somewhere, but I don't know where from. Like, it's the sand thing, but I don't know what it's from. Like, we're not gonna make 100,000 this month because of the rain. Oh, it's from Star Wars. I've never seen Star Wars. I believe, like, Darth Vader is the bad guy in Star Wars, right? Or is that Star Trek? I don't know. It's either of the two. Ooh, let's do stand-up. I like the stand-up. Star Trek doesn't have a bad guy. Oh. Well, that shows how much I know about it. Okay, let's see if I can do it right here, right now. Yeah, that'll work. You haven't seen Star Wars? No, not really. Neither have I seen Star Trek. And there are probably quite a few other movies that you would be stunned that I haven't seen them. I just haven't seen a lot of movies. Alright, I'll go the other way. Oh, Star Trek's not a movie. Is it like Doctor Who, like a series? I honestly thought they were both movies. Now, I haven't seen Doctor Who either, by the way, but I do know it's a British series. Several series, ah. What's in the way? It's Irrenbru. What the hell's Irrenbru? That's a stupid name. I'll go this way. Much better. Vertical loop, because why not? Gotta get the stats up somehow. Irrenbru is a drink in Scotland. I mean, there's your problem. It's Scottish. Don't hate me, by the way. That was a joke. Imagine a bunch of Scottish people shit-talking me on my next video. Oh, by the way, if we're talking about the absolute easiest scenario, it's Hyde Park. You'll know why on Thursday. Or if you've been on the Discord, you might already have figured out why. Okay, let's do a corkscrew. The Dutch making fun of someone else's name. I love to do that. Okay, now time to connect this back up. Which should not be too difficult. There we go. That was quite easy. I'm gonna make a new TV show called QE, quite easy. And I'm gonna ask Stephen Fry to host it. And then we do that one. And that's the exit line. There we go, we got a stand-up coaster. Now I really like the stand-up coaster. Can you zoom in even closer? Yeah, sure. There you go. Is this enough zoom for you? Honestly, I've done this joke way too many times already. But I still find it funny. $93,000 in April. So we haven't had a month yet where we haven't had rain. So we can't see the full impact of the new prices yet. Well, we're gonna go below 1 million, which is good. Honestly, we might get reasonably close in the end. Fire all the staff for 5 minutes, of course. If the park layout was a little bit better at the start, this might have worked. Also, if I disabled that little command, it might have worked. Drink some water. I do need it. You all need it. By the way, if someone ever tells you you need Jesus, just go stand on some water bottles. Now you walk on water, you're your own Jesus, now you need yourself. And you already have yourself. So that works out. How about another launch freefall? I like those for making money. They're pretty damn good at it. I remember the old days when I was watching on some websites that were semi-legal. Yeah, there are still a few of those around. I use one to watch cartoons. Like, I recently watched a lot of Futurama on it. It's called WCOFun.com. Well, human babies are about 70% water. And the Earth is about 70% water. At least the surface. So, the surface of the Earth is a human baby. So, by doing climate change and pollution, we're killing a human baby. We're made of the planet. Well, we're made of stardust. Not sure that qualifies as the planet. And that way. Planet is made of stardust. I mean, yeah, technically everything is made of stardust. Okay, that doesn't quite work. I'll go there. Like, yeah, Coca-Cola is made of atoms. I am made of atoms. Therefore, I am a bottle of Coca-Cola. I don't see any problems with that reasoning. And if you do, then... I don't know. You're probably smarter than I am. Also, what's with the stupid minimum waiting time on all of these? Now, whoops. I don't believe they have that long of a queue line anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But still. Okay, that one's just broken down. 2 minutes, then I can hire staff again. We just about failed to reach 9,000 because I had to fire my staff. 9,000, I mean 5,000 guests. It's gonna rain again? Honestly, the cool and wet scenario really doesn't help with this challenge. It really doesn't. It's sounding like the logic of the witch trial in Monty Python's Holy Grail. Yep. Hang on, where was I? I'm done building, right? Yeah, I need to open it as well. Get some umbrella money. Well, most of the guests have already bought an umbrella, so... that's not going to be much. Which sci-fi FTL do you like the most? What's an FTL? Faster than light. Oh, I don't care. I honestly don't. Alright, it's been 5 minutes. I can rehire staff. Let's get 70 handymen. No, 80. 25 mechanics. They should all be doing stuff. Like fixing broken rides. We probably have... yeah, we have quite a few of them. Well, not that many actually. Okay, the sun is coming out. Please stay this time. I would quite like you to stay, Mr. Sun. All these guests can't get off the log flume. Because there's no guest here. Because it's raining and it's waiting for full load. But it also has a maximum waiting time. If we do no maximum waiting time, they'll never get off until it stops raining. But like, it's been raining for a fifth of the month already. So obviously then we're never gonna crack the 100,000. If we need sun for an entire month, and a few days before the end of the month like before the start of the month would be nice as well. Okay, do we have any old rides that I can renew? Because we don't really need all that many more rides. Like, there are already... Like, what's the longest queue time? It's 10 minutes. We still have a log flume here that I didn't. 29 boats. Minimum waiting time 20 seconds. What the hell, Chris? Okay, this one has a long queue line. I should get rid of the minimum waiting time. That should speed things up a little bit. Go-karts 1 can just go. Super Bowl can go. They can all go. Let's see, you and you and you and you all need a shorter minimum waiting time. Now it's not gonna make too much of a difference, because also I need to do this. Because the loading time already takes quite a few seconds. When does the loan need to be repaid by? The end of year 3! And as you may have noticed, that's not gonna happen. It might be possible if you take it a little bit more seriously. Was this one ever opened? Yes, it's just broken down. Well, presumably it's being fixed. Or at least someone's heading to it. Yeah, it's already fixed now. Let's see if I can fix some... No, fix some vandalisms. Ooh, yeah, there are quite a few. Ooh, this is vandalism central, baby. Now this does help a lot. Oh, we need everywhere, because there's a lot of puke there, so we need more bins. Because apparently there weren't enough. Drown and gassed. Vandal. You see, the problem is the vandals might have already left. Like they might have already been de-vandalized. Because we've already had staff again for a bit. Like, I don't see a vandal in here. So... yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to find one. I think they've all stopped being vandals already. But we'll kill this guy who has no money. Thank you for the follow, Goudlokje and Ethan RTA. Yeah, like doing stuff like that, killing random guests. I still need to fix some vandalism, presumably. Also doesn't help. And I could probably have spent some more time in fixing like path layout issues. Getting rid of all the inefficient rides earlier. All stuff like that. It's raining again? Like, this is ridiculous suddenly. It's been raining twice a month. Like, it wasn't this bad beforehand. I mean, it's summer, so it's typical English summer, I suppose, but still. I did some of them 11 months instead of 12. Yeah, but the umbrella price barely makes any money, because most of the guests already have an umbrella. Yeah, quite a few guests probably do think it's too crowded. I mean, I can hire some entertainers. It's probably costing me more money than it's giving me, but whatever. They should all go wait in line for rides. But they don't do that when it's raining. You see, the problem is, when it's raining, the guests don't go in queue lines. So more guests are on the path, so it's getting more crowded. And actually, remember when I beat Urban Park without any ad and without buying any land? And it's like, it's smaller than Micro Park, what you start out with. I had issues there with overcrowding, like extreme overcrowding. Because of the rain. Like, I would, every time it rained, the very little path that I had would get... It's gonna rain again? What on earth? What the hell? Like, it's raining more than it's not raining at the moment. Like, it was raining on the 30th of June. Then it got sunny and now it's raining again on the 6th of July. What the hell is this? Yeah, I know it's in England and whatnot. You know, funny haha English summer, but this is a lot compared to what we had earlier this park. It's ridiculous. At this point, all the minimum waiting times and stuff don't matter because no one's going on the rides anyway. Oh, thank you, Goudlokje. Glad you find your way here. I mean, yeah, we've only made 19,000 and we're already a third through the month. We are able to make 100,000 a month, I'm sure of it, if it doesn't rain for a month for once. Do underground coasters attract more guests when it rains? Presumably, because you have fewer options. And so more guests will go for that option. I think the park is quite ugly, to be honest. It might help a little bit if I change, like, have only one of these be the original colors. Like, we might do something like that. I'll make it blah. And I don't like the original colors. It's too bright. Ooh, excuse me. We'll go with that. There we go. This does look better. Okay, the sun is going to come out. Maybe it'll stay dry for like August. Hopefully. So then we can see the true potential of this park. Now, what I was going to do at some point, let's take a look at the age. Ooh, 2 years ago. Yeah, there are quite a few that I haven't... This is an actual coaster. Now, that we're preparing for August. Let's fix a bunch of these rides. Okay, Ghost Train. Yeah, people are paying quite a bit for that. Now, we're not doing the minimum waiting time nonsense. Gold Mine, we'll refurbish that. We'll delete this. Maze. Yeah, that's quite a long maze, mate. We'll delete that. We'll delete that. We need to refurbish this one. Also, get rid of the minimum waiting time of 20 seconds. I mean, I suppose that's all realistic and whatnot. But I don't like it. We'll delete that. Does refurbishing just reduce the breakdown chance? No, it renews the ride, so the guests will pay full price for it again. Okay, I need to do this one. But with renewing the ride, it obviously also like redoes the reliability to 100%. So I'm either renewing these or I'm just... Jeroen schrijft, can you please do it in English? Like, next time you speak in Dutch, you're getting a timeout. Because you're always speaking Dutch. Yeah, this is a good ride. Yeah, I do like the transport rides. We can keep that. Ooh, this is the tiny cork. We definitely need to keep that one. I forget all the time. No, you don't forget. You just don't care. Anyway. I need to renew that one. There's a lot of coasters in this park that I forgot to renew. Wait, another one? How many log flumes does this park have? There's like the 4th log flume. Oh, that's a car ride. Let's kill that one. There's quite a few, like, queue lines that are going nowhere at the moment. Because of all the rides that I've deleted. Looping roller coaster 1. That one. It's more than a year old. Oh, ride's not empty. Now it is. Oh, it's broken down. Darn it. Is it getting fixed? Yes, it is. Good. I'm gonna do that one. Oh, it's already August. Time's going by fast, but we haven't seen rain again, which is good. That one. And that one. And that one. And the last one, and they're all under a year old. Which is not quite young enough for all of them. Because, for example, this one's over 5 months old. But it's good enough for now. And let's see how much money we make this month. Okay, so we were on 88k in July. But we had quite a bit of rain in July. So, hoping that we don't get rain in this August. And we're actually getting fairly close. Well, we're below 1 million, so we didn't do bad. Okay, we still have a bit of ads left. Okay, so we're on 30,000 and we're less than a third of a month in. We might make 100,000, we might not. Not all the rides are on absolute renewal, but you know, they do have a little period of not getting guests when you do refurbish them. But I do want to refurbish this one, because it's clear that it's not on... Same goes for this one. I could have done that more efficient, like with pausing the game in between. Which is, for example, what I did on the Crazy Castle. But yeah, that's not. That's a lot of micromanagement. 40k. Ah, damn it! It's gonna rain. That's so annoying. It's really bloody annoying. I'm gonna fire some staff. We don't need all of them. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Clock's hand. Or Clock's hand. $60 of you is enough. 15 of you is enough. Especially because we have fewer rides now. Oh, and they only get inspected like every 30 minutes. In this park, all the old rides. Guests are complaining about queue lines, really. The longest is only 7 minutes. Like, that's not bad. Like, yeah, if you immediately disable all these minimum waiting times and do a lot more optimization, then you're probably able to do this. Obviously, you still need to cheat to give yourself the, what's it called, cash machine. Otherwise, you just won't be able to do this at all. Guys, there's the 20th of August and we're at roughly 2/3. We're not gonna make it, the 100k. But we're probably gonna get to about 90k, because it's gonna stop raining soon, hopefully. Probably depleted most of the saved up queue line. Yeah, 7 minutes is nothing. Honestly, if these are your stats in Roller Coaster Tycoon, like with less than 10 minutes on your longest rides, then that's perfect. That's great. Yeah, we're not gonna make the 100,000. I've never waited for more than an hour on a ride. We will, however, probably make 5,000 guests. After having failed to make it last time, we're stuck at like 4,980. We're probably gonna get to 5,000 this time, although it's stagnating again. So maybe not quite. I wonder what the soft guest cap is. I think it's over 5,000. I added at least 2,000, right? Let's see. No, not. Only 4,365. Oh yeah, I removed a lot of rides, of course. So that means we have no, or well, very little natural guest generation at the moment. Okay, we're maybe reaching the 90,000. Which is not a new record. We got 93,000 in April. Are you going to play Stardew Valley on Wednesday? I don't know. Honestly, I've been enjoying the Roller Coaster Tycoon streams recently a lot. And I kind of want to do both normal stuff and the Dangerously Dense Diamond Heights Park and Stardew Valley and GeoGuessr. But I don't want to stream much more than I do now. Because I do like my free evenings, and I also like putting time into videos instead of streaming. So, I don't know. There's too much I want to do. Maybe another viewer build park, maybe next week. But yeah, we'll see. I haven't decided yet. You can start doing GeoGuessr segments at the end of streams like you do sometimes. Yeah, but then we only play Roller Coaster Tycoon for such a short amount of time. Like, I want to play this at least for a few hours to have a bit of a good playthrough, you know? Of whatever scenario I'm doing. Like, the Dangerously Dense Diamond Heights is... We're already 10 episodes in on that. And if we start like only devoting like 1.5 hours of Diamond Heights of Roller Coaster Tycoon playtime to every session, then it goes even slower. I love how this park has two of Marcel's favorite coasters, Steeplechase and Hypercoaster. Oh yeah, I despise the Steeplechase. Like, the Hypercoaster is not my least favorite coaster. I think it's the most useless coaster. It's fun to hate on. But, like, I would infinitely prefer the Hypercoaster over the Steeplechase. Now, the Steeplechase is still better than the Mini-Sus, which is absolutely terrible. That was some good water. Okay, maybe in September we'll reach the 100k. Like, it's the 10th and we're already nearing 40,000. If it's just not gonna rain, but it's just gotten cloudy, so it's probably gonna rain again. I really wonder how much this park is worth if we delete all the rides. At least a few 100,000, right? Because there's a lot of rides here. 51. Well, to reach 100,000, they all need to be an average of 2,000, so we easily reach that. Oh, it's gonna go cloudy, sunny. That's a good sign. Because that means we're probably further away from rain. Is there a hardline in this park? No. We do have it unlocked now, though. Interestingly. But there is no hardline in the park. Have I? I've never opened that one. Oops. I'm very good at being distracted and then forgetting to open a ride or not building an entrance line, not building an exit line. Oh, the marketing campaigns have finished. Let me redo them. Also, we have reached 5,000 guests. Oh wait, I need to do these 12. Okay, I'll do the next one 10. It doesn't matter because they're all finished before the end of the year anyway. Thank you for the follow, Bushy from Rexhand. Because I wanted to resync them because I accidentally messed them up last time. So I need to do the ones that end in a minute. I need to do them a week shorter. Yeah, it's the 18th of September and we're nearing 70,000. So we're on schedule to make 100,000 this month. 70,000, there it is on the 19th. If it just doesn't rain. Although we have a bit of a buffer on the queue line, so even if it rains, we're fine for a few days. So, yeah. We're making a lot of money. Okay, it's getting cloudy again. We're on 81,000. I think we're gonna make the 100,000. What's the throughput on this thing? 4,000 an hour. Yeah, it's making a lot of money. It's already made 100k. Okay, I almost need to renew those ads. It's getting cloudy again. So people stay in the queues if they were in there before it starts raining. Yes. That's why there's the whole thing about building a fairly long queue. It rains a lot, but then you have a buffer. There's a time limit on this park. Yes, it's the end of year 3. And I wanted to pay back the loan before the time limit. Because obviously, paying back the loan, if you don't have a time limit, is not a challenge. Like, as long as you make at least €1 a month, you'll eventually pay back the loan. Okay, these seem out of sync with the 10 and 11 weeks. But we still have another buffer week on the 10 ones. And after that, they'll be in sync. Oh, we just unlocked the Hyper Twister, which is a really good ride. We only have a month left though, so I don't think... Yes, 100k! Nice! We honestly did better in the end than I expected halfway through. Because we're down to 800,000. Now, let's subtract another 100k from October. And then we're down to 700,000. I don't think this stuff is worth 700,000. The rides would have to be worth an average of 35k for that to work. Wait, no, that's not true. 14k on average. That's probably still not the case. But we're gonna be closer than I thought. The research budget. I mean, sure. That would have saved 400. It would save about 10k. Then again, I did research like the Twister coaster, which was great. And I did research the Steel Wild Mouse, which is very useful as well. Because having different ride types means they pay more for it and stuff. So, the research was useful. Thank you for the 2 months, Muckery. Oh, we got to 115k in September. Now, I told you we were going to make 100k. It just didn't rain for once. Stupid rain. Also, look, they're in sync now with 10 weeks on all of them. Now, let's see in the meantime if there's some vandalisms that I can fix. Ooh, there's one there. It's probably been there for a while already. I think no, that's just litter. Okay, I think that's all of them. Nope, there's one. That might be all of them then? Yeah, probably. By the way, did you know that guests cannot puke up? Puke up? That's like throw up, puke. Well, throw up underground. If your entire park is underground, I think they might also not be able to litter, so then you don't need handyman. Then again, it's much more expensive to build underground. And uglier, because you have to be in this view all the time, or I suppose this view. So it's not ideal, and of course if you need to raise the land to go underground, it's crazily expensive. Guests can't puke underwater either. I suppose you can't puke if you're dead. So, yeah, it's true. Ooh, it's gonna go thunder. Okay, so October is not gonna be the greatest of months. But if we have a buffer and it's not gonna take that long, it can still be a decent month. I mean, it's already a decent month with like 50k. Yeah, they can't throw... Well, litter I'm not sure, but they can't throw up underground. So I'm pretty sure that they can't litter either, because I think that's related. Okay, let's have a little look while we have the time. Sorry for those flashes. Let's see. Profit per hour is Twister Coaster 1. Total profit, air-powered vertical coaster 1. I mean, it's just older. Twister Coaster 1 is number 2. Customers per hour, Twister Coaster 1. Running cost. Log flume? Since when does a log flume have such a high running cost? Okay. Cool. Suppose. Guest favorite. Twister Coaster 1, obviously. You're gonna suffer. Oh, we have 220 masochists. Excitement. All the air-powered vertical coasters. Intensity. Apart from Grand National, all the air-powered vertical coasters. Damn, 10, 11. I mean, that's 30 drops. What do you want? Nausea. Apart from Virginia Reel, all the air-powered vertical coasters. Now, you see why we can charge so much for them? See ya, Max. they're in the top of all the stats. And they have quite high ride values. Or stat values, or whatever you want to call them. So the stats are multiplied with fairly high numbers. Which adds even more. The monorail actually has a negative value for the nausea. The higher the nausea of a monorail and a few other transport rides, the less you can charge for it and the less park value it gives. Now, this thing has a nausea rating of 0.05, so it's not really a big impact. It's only -10. In a comparison, most coasters have around a value of 50 for the excitement. So -10 for a nausea rating of 0.05 is not gonna change much. Like maybe it would go to 870 if that wasn't there, but probably that not even. That's how small the difference is. Okay. It's almost the end. Let's save. And let's start selling some rides. I suppose. We have a few days left. Let's start with all the stalls. And that still gives a few thousand. And let's see how much this gives. The reason I saved is that obviously I'm gonna give that save file on the vault. Not the one where I've sold all the rides. Now you see this gives not nearly enough. Oh, guests are gonna drown. Our park rating is gonna get screwed because guests are drowning. Which I believe is a bug. We're not gonna make it. Yeah, the park rating is already screwed. Okay, you know what? There. Now the park rating is absolutely screwed. We failed! But they're also not escaping the park. Not this time. And we also still have almost 500,000 in loan left. So, yeah, we didn't manage. Lol, the park value. Weekly profit has gone up tremendously, though. That's nice. Yeah, if only it didn't rain that much, we might have made it. Well, that was it for this stream. Suppose this is a great ending. So thank you very much for watching. I had fun doing it. Go rate Brian. He's doing Rollercoaster Tycoon again. He is a real life theme park designer. So he's pretty good at designing theme parks. Alright. Thank you very much for watching. And I will see you on Wednesday. Have a good night.